look at that. Already presented with such beauty. If you can't afford a trip to Venice, then you can come down here. Take your apartments, take your... I really wish I had my backup friends here right now protecting me from the harm and the damage. Welcome to Parliament Hill, North London's most quaintest. Hello everyone, how is everyone doing? I'm presuming you guys are all fine, safe and sound as always. Today is yet another day where I'm going to go to another viewpoint, and this time it's going to be an okay one. And this time also it's going to be set in North London, Kentish Town, I might add. So let's do this together. It's going to be okay at least. As you can see, no one is with me today. Look at that, left and right and center. It's me alone. I could do this, and I've been doing this for quite some time now, so I'm getting a bit more expert at vlogging alone, despite the concerns that you guys or girls or they, whoever it may be, have in mind. Anyway, safety. We've arrived. Alright, Kentish Town, here we are. Guys, take a look at this, Kentish Town, look at that. Already presented with such beauty, elegance, no, look, beautiful. Okay, so our viewpoint, I must admit to you right now, guys, girls, everyone, it's about a 25-minute walk away, and I thought getting off at Kentish Town would have been a much more of a thrilling experience to get off for a start, because, you know, we're in the urbanness of London. You can see behind me, relatively calm and safe for now. Let's go check out some of these parts, and then we'll make our way, and I promise you, the viewpoint at the end, as I said before, will be okay. So let's go see it soon, shortly. Well, as you can see, it's still functional as a town. You get your Greggs there, you can't go wrong. There's a lot of these things going about nowadays, home for you needs. I think £1 stores, you know. Corporation there. Just a quick thing to say, as I said, Camden Town is just across and down the road, which is cool, because that's where all the snazzier things are. Kentish Town, by some contrast, I suppose, is a little bit more of a calmer version of Camden Town, per se. Without, minus the punks and some of the art, some of the, you know, the alternative lifestyles. You can already just probably tell, even McDonald's there could do a bit of a rework. That's fine. It's just a bit of a stroll down that Kentish Town High Street. And once again, guys, North London. And of course, once again, more of these sort of pound stretcher kind of stores. Yeah, times must be a little bit tough living around here, I suppose. As where anywhere it is in London. Apart from me, it was still tough. That was a bit too much after a while. I've taken sort of the back roads around Kentish Town. You can probably see I'm significantly more untouchable here. But anyway, we'll see Kentish Town properly another time. That was a bit of a taste for things to come, preferably with someone by my side, you know. That will probably help me out significantly better in terms of my confidence. Yeah. So as I say, the viewpoint we're going to, it is called Parliament Hill. That's right, the PH. A bit like Primrose Hill, but Parliament Hill. And it's by Kentish Town-ish. Well, actually, by Hampstead. I lied a little bit. I just want a bit of thrills, you know, getting off at Kentish Town, only for a couple of, less than a minute or two clip, just to find myself walking around the back streets after. Don't worry, I want to show you something else before we get to our viewpoint. Something really snazzy. Up there, look at that. What a perfect introduction. Now, if you like rainbows, a bit like me, and in slight duress half the time, no, mostly fine. If you like rainbows, and if you like Instagram, which is a perfect combination, then this little cheeky little road here by Leverton Street, you can see. No. Well, there's some pretty cool homes here with some colour involved in their paintings, well, in the fabric. Let's go have a look. It's just, look at that. Bit of a, maybe not as most Instagrammable as well, slightly Instagrammable, but look at that, Leverton Place. Bit of graffiti there to remind us. But yeah, I like this sort of a snazzy walk around here. It's not quite that location in Cape Town. I think it's in Cape Town, South Africa, where there's all these colourful homes, and there's this place in Italy, in Venice, where there's also these colourful buildings. But if you can't afford a trip to Venice, then you can come down here. Take your partners, take your Mrs. or Mr. or multiple M's, and yeah, and show them the colours. You know, it's all about being a pro rainbow half the time here. To be fair, it could do with a purple, you know, I haven't seen any purple ones. Violety one, it comes close, I suppose. And also there's not home coloured in brown, that is, importantly. Bad joke. Yeah, the ladies and gentlemen pub. Yeah. That was at one point Kentish Town's only underground toilet bar. I think in the whole of North London, that is. But yeah, better days. It's seen better days. And over there is the O2 Forum. Once again, another badass venue for your rock concerts and thingamajigs there. I've never been before. I mean, I must say I'm not one of those kind of guys that go concerts, but yeah, I've never been, once again. And right next to it, as you've probably already seen, is a place of worship. So in case you've been listening to too much dodgy music, you can come here to repent, I suppose. And that probably is North London's only place where there's a concert venue right next to a church. How about that? You can't make that up. As you can see, there is a good side to Kentish Town. There's a good side to these roads, to these towns, these quiet, humble roads with these homes that just probably be worth a lot in their fortunes, but it's calm. And over here, it was 2012, January, with one of my friends who doesn't really want to see us anymore. He's actually all the way in North Macedonia, but yeah, it was January 2012. I was in Sahara in Morocco, and unfortunately I was on a camel and I fell over one of these kind of creatures, and I was a laughing stock. But the camel, which I call George, didn't really do much. He just looked on. That's what they all do. But I was still the laughing stock, so that sort of brings back a weird memory. And by the way, this is a sort of a orientalist rug store. You do get a few of those around here. I think there's one up a road. There is a traditional rug store, yeah, one for the camels who didn't really want to appreciate me. Oh well. Just a bit of a walk downwards, I must say, folks. Downwards. No, upwards. We're going upwards. Cool. So we're approaching up to the Southampton Arms, a bit of a, not too far from where we have to be, but this is a place of memories for me, at least. This is such a snazzy pub. Let me go give it a bit of a back wide angle zoom. Look at that. Absolutely a beautiful little pub. There's a sort of a live working piano in there, so sometimes there's folks that plays there that know their tunes, and it's beautiful. Absolutely harmonious. Sometimes my vlogs can be about, there's no harm in sort of advocating pubs before they sort of go into decline. There is a bit of a decline in pubs in the UK, just so you know. Judging by the fact that this beautiful red telephone box is relatively intact, not much harm, not much damage, we can be rest assured that we're approaching a really safe area for now. Once again, another snazzy pub, the Bull and Last. I haven't actually been. Ladies and gentlemen, we've made it to the beautiful Parliament Hill. It's just somewhere up there, at least, but the location, as it says, Swan's Lane. This is the first time I'm hearing it, so we can call it the Swan Lane entrance, at least, that I suppose. You know, being London and all, things get a bit dodgy around here. Hopefully not this time around. Wish me well. I think I should be fine. The wind's really hitting in for a good summer's afternoon. I really wish I had my backup friends here right now protecting me from the harm and the damage that occur. But we're gonna fight through it. We're gonna storm through this hill. it won't be that bad. Look at that. It's mostly safe. My phone, my cat, my things are still intact. I'm filming on my phone, by the way. But yeah, look at that. Look at the energy building of the beautiful view coming up in a few moments. Now, I did say once upon a time that in one of my previous vlogs that Hampstead, well, the pergola I went to, is sort of connected to an area called Hampstead, and Hampstead is known to be in North London to be one of the most greenest parts of it, and that's why I always keep on saying the NL word. You know, if there was a sort of a championship for London awards, I have to say NL. You know, North London, the best. But yeah, the greenery is what it is. Not too far away now. We've waited for this moment, and it's coming. Obviously, if you're going to be doing this, you're going to have some appropriate level of fitness, because it is uphill once again. Just pure serenity, pure country, well, metro side-ish, well, sort of calm, controlled, constrained greenery. Just what you need. Still a bit of an uphill walk to go. I'm just going to have a momentary breather and just admire some of the fun that's happening there. Not on the dodgy way, but let's just have a look-ish. See, if you come here, you can have fun here too. But at least tell your friends and family where you are, just in case. Oh Christ, which way? That way? That way, because it looks a little bit more upwards. We're getting close. We're getting pretty close. I've been here 100 dozens of times, so. Now, I did say viewpoint will be okay, but judging from this, it's far from okay. Take a look at that. That is what you call heaven on earth. Now, the viewpoint is okay. It's just to there somewhere. But look at that. You can't get beaten by this. Ladies and gentlemen, he, she, they, them, welcome to Parliament Hill, North London's most quaintest, calmest viewpoint. Still calm, beautiful. If a bit okay, could do with a little bit more skyscrapers, but it's all fine. Alright guys, girls, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you've liked what you've seen, and you've thought about what you've seen, and you've actually reflected upon it as much as it has been for me, because every time I go to a viewpoint, it's always been a case for me that I've enjoyed it for the reasons that there was a past for me for it. Not just going up there and enjoying the view, that was partly what it is, but there were other reasons for it, and perhaps one of those reasons was because I had dates down there, I had memories, I had people that I took down, the people that were close to me far more than anyone could ever imagine anyone else taking them somewhere else, if that makes any sense. But no, there is a form of respect to these places, and this is why I love doing this. This is why I had to go down here. This is why the wind is building up to the right point in time, and this is why I'm so happy to do this, despite some sadness. But yeah, this is what it is, and keep on going. And if you like what you see, subscribe. Don't worry, I'm safe. We'll be all fine. We're getting to the exit, and this was the place where I had a lot of tenseness in my heart. To enter the place where there's so much, well, all safe and sound, at least for sure. Christ, I made it out of Parliament Hill. What a phenomenal time we've had.
At least for now.